Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? There's a hair hanging off my glasses. Um, it is Saturday today, so this is a little bit of an extra video just because I'm falling behind a little bit in my Etsy process. So I'm trying to catch up a little bit. I started not doing an Etsy video on the days I do Shop at the Sheds. Not sure what that was all about. Just because it was a little too stressful for me to do both. With the schedule that I used to have. Now that I don't have that schedule, chances are I could probably go back to doing both. I need to because my poor Etsy is falling by the wayside. That is for sure. If you don't keep listing, then people don't keep looking. So that is something I discovered last year, the year before, just when I had all the interruptions in my schedules going on trips and stuff like that, which was wonderful, but it really did kill my business quite a bit. So I'm going to have to get back in the saddle, as they say. I'm having the worst hot flash right now. Oh, excuse me while I desecrate this Harley t-shirt, which I'm actually surprised I'm able to wear without bawling my face off, but I can. It's a busy place today, but it's long weekend here in Canada, Labor Day long weekend. I think in the States, yeah, in the States too. So it's a North American thing, kind of the unofficial end of summer. Kids go back to school on Tuesday, I think. And yeah, everybody kind of gets back into their routine, and next thing is Halloween and Christmas. I was in the dollar store yesterday, and they are putting Christmas out. Like, come on. Anyway, we'll have story time after today's bag. Today's bag is a very simple 1960s offering, but the color is fire. I love this color. Now, when I took the pictures for this bag, the lighting was absolutely brilliant, but it has kind of shaded over a little bit. So it is a burgundy, like a real kind of red burgundy color. This has been the color for this season purses. And there is a paint company that is touting this colorway as the color of the year next year. So it's very kind of 1980s. We had the burgundies and the hunter greens, which is definitely the color palette of my my new place. The kitchen and the bathroom are this kind of white background with kind of splotches of hunter green and burgundy. So I painted the kitchen, but I hate the color. It looks pink and I hate it. But anyway, $227 for 2 gallons of paint. So it's not going anywhere. I can tell you, not this year anyway. So this beautiful little bag, there's no maker. I love the brass, just the little brass accent. You've got a front pocket. This is all that fantastic 60s kind of velvet stuff. And then inside it is just a big compartment. There is one zipper, and that is it. There is a zipper across the top. I know you ladies like your, security. Nice base on it. It's a really nice bag. Very Mary Tyler Moore. Love it. Could be 70s, actually. No, I'm going to stick with 60s. I'm going to stick with the 60s. So that is today's bag. So I need to get a wriggle on and get down to the Perk Pierogi to upload the listing and upload the video. They close at 2 today. There is a barbecue starting right now here in the park. I've already been down to one of the seasonal, the 6-month trailers. I got lost to pick up a sign for my trailer. This is my happy place or something like that. So it's just it's coming along. I get a corner the way I want it, and then next thing you know, it fills up with shit because I'm working on another corner. Ugh. I don't know why I keep getting stuck on the one's a wish, two's a kiss, because that ain't happening anytime soon. So three's a disappointment. So that would be more like my life right now. Oh, no, we're good. But I will need to blow my nose. So anyway, yes, there's a barbecue going on right now. I'm going to do my listing. Then there is a big dance tonight here at the park. The last time I went to an event, it was a very scantily attended event, and I felt like a piece of meat. I really did. So God knows how that's going to be tonight when it's in a dance setting. 2 weeks ago it was karaoke, but we'll see. I'm slowly getting to meet people in the park. It's slowly starting to be a bit more of a social. Like I said, I just went down into the 6 month section. Completely different vibe. Completely very similar to what it was like in Cayuga. A lot of busy and kids running around and fires going at 11 o'clock in the morning. Completely different up here. I mean, you very rarely see anybody. Very few people have fires. I'm not really interested in having a fire. It was he who shall not be mentioned who wanted to do most of the fires. I enjoyed it very, very much, but not really my thing. And my fire pit really is underneath a bunch of trees, and I'm a little bit he mentioned that too when he was here. You're maybe a little bit too close to trees for a decent fire. So I'm going to either purchase a fire table, or I do have a couple of fire, like little mini fire thingies that I bought like 3 years ago that haven't even been out of the box. So I don't think I'll get to that this year, but I wanted to get a galvanized like water trough and get a piece of live edge wood and put both of these fire tables on top, and then put the propane, like even just a 3 pound propane tank in the tub itself. I may or may not do that. We'll see. I've got so much to do. I'm trying to revamp my business, trying to get caught up with my business, trying to do new schedules. I am a very organized person on paper, but not necessarily in reality. But it really does help me organize my thoughts. Prior to leaving Cayuga, I mean, I spent like 5 weeks sitting at the kitchen table in the trailer trying to come up with a budget that was going to be able to move us forward in a way that, was equitable to both of us, and, gave me a little bit of sense of security. And I just couldn't do it. There was just I came up with some pretty wild ideas, and some of which in hindsight were probably a little ridiculous to even actually speak out loud. But it was just, I was panicking. I was really panicking about what was going to happen. And I felt completely responsible for not being able to move us forward because I was so unprepared to put myself in any financial danger. So, yeah, you spend enough time reflecting on things. Some things kind of present themselves differently, and you see them differently. I'm sure if you've had an issue with anything, family issues, my cousin in Winnipeg, dealing with some family, illnesses right now. You just never know. You just never know. And, I'm a worrywart. I'm an overthinker. I try and put the fire out before the fire starts, which probably contributed to the demise of my marriage. But it's just the way I am. I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly trying to come up with solutions. And, But being the only one who was doing that, it was probably exhausting for the other. It probably was, but I was just trying to come up with solutions. So I've got another counseling appointment next week, and another show next week in Cambridge. But I'm not going to stay in St. Catharines for a couple of days. I'm just going to stay the one night because it's almost just as far from here as it is from my parents in St. Catharines to get to Cambridge. So that's about it. Had the opportunity, Sandra here at the park who works in the office approached me yesterday with somebody who's looking for a part-time tenant. I was very tempted, but I think I'm going to do some traveling this winter. I think if I don't do it this winter, I probably won't have the money to do it any other time. I had anticipated having a Dominican trip again in January. I want to see the whales so bad, but I don't think that's going to happen. So it's just, I got to be very careful with the finances. I have no idea how much it's going to cost me to live for the 4 months that I'm not here. It'll be the first time, so I really need to be careful that I'm not setting myself up for, a huge, well, not a huge debt load, but, my glasses are bent. I just want to make sure that I'm not, leaving myself short, because again, that makes me feel anxious, and then I start panicking, and it's just, when you live in survival mode for extended periods of time, and I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents were always there to support me, but I hate asking for help. I hate asking for anything. So, I would try and sort out my stuff on my own, and I just would try and not put myself in the line of fire. Like, I would love an animal so badly, but I just know that I can't afford it. Who were we talking to recently? My mom was mentioning something. Somebody spent $1,700 on their animal, and it wasn't even what they thought it was. And I just can't do that. There's just no way. So, and plus it'll make my winter stay very difficult if I've got an animal. Somebody says, oh yes, come and stay with me. And then they're like, you've got an animal, not so much. So anyway, but I am going to go to CAA, and I am going to get them to do up a triptych for Florida. I'm just going to have a look at it. I'm not sure that I'll be able to do it. It's something I've wanted to do for years, but wasn't able to do with the other. So I am now going to look at doing that for sure. Maybe even if it's not this year, it might be next year. And I'd like to do it annually, because that's where all the good stuff is. That's where I see Costume Jeweler, I see Dion Dean, I see all my other reseller colleagues in South Florida, Florida in general, and they are getting all the good goods. So I want me a little bit of that too. So even if I don't thrift all year and I just thrift while I'm in Florida for that month every year, I'll probably have to mail myself the stuff back, because if I'm taking my little car, which hopefully I will be, that is just a disaster in the making, or already a disaster. But anyway, so that is about it for me today. Wasn't anticipating doing a video for you today, but here we are. I can do what I want, right? So have a great long weekend, everybody. Stay safe, and if you can't be good, be careful. Bye now.